Alright, welcome back to the review of the Perfect Grade GP01, and here we have it in the space version full Vernian or Burnian, whichever you wish to pronounce it as. So here we have it, and just for starting thoughts of it, I really like the look of this version, except it's kind of got some pretty bad weight issues going for it. Like it's balancing itself off of the back wall right there. The thrusters they're very back heavy. And I find that to be a problem with this kit, and one of the main irritations with it. This kit really has irritated me a lot. There's just the weight issues, and the kit sometimes seems to have a mind of its own and an agenda of its own, trying to make it harder for you to do what you want with it, which really just takes me off about this Perfect Grade. It makes it feel like, well, you'll hear my final thoughts of why I think it's more of a master grade than a perfect grade. But onto the kit. Let's bring her forward. It is much taller, well, not much, at least a bit taller than its predecessor, the ground version. So I'm bringing this camera up. Okay, so with this thing, I'll just be going over articulation that has changed or been added, instead of going over an entire extra kit. So with that in mind, let's move it over to the shoulders. The shoulders do change, obviously, but this articulation stays the same, but you get an added thing here with these thrusters. In here, there is a spring lock mechanism, and it runs all through here, and if you push these in, there we go, they push in, and I'm not sure if you heard it, but there was a small click of the spring locking in place. And if you press this little button up here, they will pop out. Now if it wasn't painted, they would pop out more, so I have to grab myself a pair of pliers and pull them out. But it's a nice little addition, so if you don't paint the interior of this arm, that spring mechanism will probably work a lot better than it does now. The front, you can obviously tell, has the extra thrusters. Whoa, almost knocked it over there. These things can actually go in and out, because right there, if you can see it, is a small little black peg which controls these things. Just push these back in, and the peg went all the way back. Then to bring it back forward, just take it and bring it forward. If you allow, you have extra thrusters. And with these back, you can actually close this back up. Let's see if I can get this. Got it. Okay. They're a little hard to grasp, but you can close that thruster section right back up. The cockpit stuff, that stays the same as the first one, so if you've seen the first part, you've seen what this cockpit does already. Okay, let's flip it around to the backpack. The backpack does have inner frame. It's right in here, but if you can see it, I can see it on my camera a little bit. Not sure how it is on the screen. Right here, this part snapped in two. It's very thin plastic right here, so I'm not going to take it off because I don't want to have to repair it again and mar the paint. But these thrusters here, they do have movement. Let's see if I can get this thing out of a light source. So you can, here it's on a peg, so it can rotate a good bit forward and a ridiculous bit this way. And then they are on this hinge here, allowing for side-to-side movement. Plus, on the interior of this, it's on another peg, allowing for 360 movement. So these things actually have high articulation, and they do have an added inner frame. And there is more inner frame throughout here, but I'm not going to take the thruster off to show it all off. You can check the pictures on Gundam Eclipse for that. So, with those all done, and actually, speaking of pegs, I forgot to do in my first part, the arms are on pegs. The arms are on peg joints, And they can do, whoa, 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 almost falling over there. Almost a full, I'd say it's, what, 100 and maybe 90 degrees forward, and 100 and maybe 60 degrees back. So, nothing all too that special. It's the same with both the ground combat shoulders and these space shoulders, so that articulation doesn't change between kits. So, going down, the side skirts don't really change except in design. They still have the same, slightly same articulation. There's no more side to side with these ones, but side to side really didn't matter all that much with the other ones, so no loss there really. And going down still further before I hit the end of my tripod, there we go, is the legs. And you can, shit, oy vey, this kit's gonna give me a heart attack. Okay, you can see here the legs have their extra padded armor upon them, and that actually kind of hinders the leg bendability. It can only go up, you can't do the full 180, you can maybe do a 170, so you lose 10 degrees of bending there. And the feet, because this is bigger and this is slightly in the way, it can still do a bit of a bend, but this is kind of loose sometimes, so might be best not to do it. And added articulation for both of these flaps is herein we have ourselves yet another thruster for this thing. And, oh, before I forget to mention, with the backpack, sorry, we're jumping all around here, aren't we? Alright, please stay. Whew. Is our thrusters. These ones are more maneuverable than the other ones' versions. They go up a bit higher, except the joints are tougher because this is a polycap, and they can go side to, whoops, they can go side to side a lot more than the other one can. So, let's see here. Got all the thrusters and legs and everything. So yeah, that's really all the changing articulation with this kit. This one does look nicer, except the weight issues are a bit of a pain because the knees don't exactly hold the body up all the way. Kind of have to fiddle with it to get it to stand on its own, which I find very irritating. Maybe if they would have done screw locks in the legs instead of just plastic ones, this would be able to hold better. But you review the model you got, not the one you want, right? But I guess that's it for the full Vernian version, and I'll see you all for the Hangar Bay Accessories Core Fighter final thoughts and my revealing of what my next project will be. See y'all there.